Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a very wet Leeds. I'm in an area called Halton this morning, and there's a park that I know quite well. It has various names. I think some people call it the Valley or Primrose Valley Park. I found out yesterday it's also called Halton Dean. So it seems to be quite showery. Keeps easing off. There's a bowling green there. The area we walk in, it is what it says really, it's a valley. The area in that direction and that direction and that direction is quite high ground. You've got Seacroft over there, Whitkirk up there, Halton up there, and this whole area forms a shallow valley that runs down to the White Beck, which runs from the River Aire, or its outlet is in the River Aire, and it goes all the way across Leeds up to Roundhay and beyond Roundhay Park. So the White Beck is running along there, and then in here there's a small stream that runs down. I think it was a farm at one time. It's been a coal mine. It's been a quarry. Maybe in the 1930s they did some landscaping, and it was just left as open space between Halton and the York Road, the A64. It's now an actual dedicated nature reserve. So what kind of divides it? There is still the stream, but there's also the railway line that runs from Selby and York to Leeds, which we'll see a little bit later. And at the other side of the railway line was Seacroft Hospital, which I think it was a infectious diseases hospital. I'm sure I'll be corrected. So it was built in acres and acres of land. So actually, although the land was owned by the hospital, it kind of formed part of this green area, and it was just a big green corridor was this between, as I say, Halton and Seacroft. And as some of my videos are, it's a bit of a walk down memory lane, because I was thinking about it last night, and this is probably the first natural environment I ever came in my life, because when I was a baby my parents lived not far from here, and I have pictures of myself as a 3 and 4 year old playing on here with my dad and my cousins and our little dog at the time. Oh, this is new. Show what this is. Football pitch. I'm guessing rugby pitch. And then we moved away, and many years later I moved back to the area with my own family, and brought them on here and my dogs on here, and lived here for quite some time really, and used to either come on here or go to Temple Newsham every day. But I haven't been back since. I do have big news, big news. I've got myself a drone. Not that I'd be flying it today, but what a location. This would be a perfect location to to fly it. This is why I've got it, to show you locations such as this, really. Bit of autumn colour. But yeah, so it's gonna, one or two people have suggested it, and I think it's gonna add a whole new angle to the channel. So I picked that up on Friday. Got to learn to fly it, but then hopefully videos like this may well be improved. I guess then I will be looking for sunny days, won't I? But who knew? I didn't. You need to take a test, a 40 question test. You need to get 30 correct answers, and then you have to apply for a drone ID. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'll probably do an unboxing video when that arrives. Show you what I've got. Yeah, I don't remember that being like that. But as I say, it's blimey 2000, the other side of 2000, the 1990s, the last time I was here. So that's my history with this place. I came as a child. As a very young child, I don't really have any memories of being on here, but knowing my dad, I'm sure he would have brought me on here. And as I say, I've got photographic evidence. I'm here with two of my cousins, and my cousin, she's throwing the stick for the dog, and me and my other cousin were climbing on a fallen tree. So that would have been in about 1964. And then later in the 90s, I'd do the same with my own family and my own dogs. So the history of the place, as I say, it's what I can gather, was a farm. It's been a coal mine, been a quarry, been a tip, a refuse tip, and then it was landscaped and just left. And then I think maybe in the 70s, 80s, it was landscaped more into a park. Trees were planted, and this is how I remember it. This is what it was like. No actual park as such. Just obviously an area of fields that had just been left to go wild somewhat. But yeah, I think after it was sort of turned into a park, it's also been made into a nature reserve, of which I found out there are several in East Leeds, the Primrose Valley being one of them. So again, along with everything else, there'll be some exploring in this area also. I'm excited to get my drone. I also used to walk this way to work. I used to work in Seacroft, and when we lived here, I used to walk to work sometimes, and it was nice walking across here, especially coming back in the evenings, in the summer evenings. The west is behind me, and as you were walking, you'd see the sun setting over Leeds. So what you would once have been able to do, I guess you still can, is walk across to the hospital and through the hospital grounds. But I think a lot of that now has been built on. That's why I mentioned the fact that it was owned by the hospital authority. I think first Killingbeck Hospital that used to be nearby, that closed, and that was sold off for housing. And now I think parts of Seacroft Hospital, they're also closed and they've been sold off for housing. Yeah. I never knew it was called Halton Dean. Just simply knew it as the Valley. So this would be this is why it's a valley. I think the spring's up here somewhere and the stream runs that way down to where it meets the Whitebeck. Blimey, it's a long time since I've been here. So we're walking in the direction of Cross Gates now. We'll get to Cross Gates in about 10 minutes. If there's a railway bridge just a bit further up, if we cross that, that'll take us to a housing estate called the Pool Estate, social housing that was built in the 30s, 40s. Yeah, big news. You might have seen my community post about it, but we reached 1,000 subscribers on the channel yesterday. I'm absolutely delighted. It's been a real slog and I've been on the verge of giving up loads of times. Even deleted all my shorts at one point in preparation for giving up. Deleted about 50 shorts. So let's say this is the Selby to Leeds, York to Leeds railway. It's a problem area for the rail companies, I think. As you can see, they've got it completely covered. I was wondering whether I could walk down the side. All this in front of us used to be open fields leading up to the hospital, and you used to be able to just walk on the oh blimey, you used to be able to walk. Obviously you're going to be able to again one day when they reinstate the footpath. That's the Pool Estate in the distance, and you can get through to Seacroft, Cross Gates, the hospital, and that's the footpath I was going to go down, but clearly I can't because it's a building site. So we'll stick to this side. So yeah, I think it all started when I was at about 250 subscribers. And I was getting really fed up that I'm older, you see. So I started YouTube when I was 63, and I thought if it takes me 100 subscribers a year, which is what it seemed to be doing, then it's going to take me till I'm about 70. You see, And the subscribers isn't the point. I've talked about this before, but you know, why not? If you can be in a position where Google give you some money, even if it's only £50 a month, it covers the cost of a microphone or a new tripod or whatever. Even the cost of the more expensive things, the video editing, cost me hundreds of pounds a year. So sorry guys, we're going to have to backtrack a little way. So yeah, I did a 28-day challenge, if some of you might remember, to grow my channel, where I decided to post a video every day, which grew the channel. And then I tried to make the videos a bit shorter. Some little critters there. Yes, I tried to make the videos a bit shorter. I decided to do away with thumbnails because I found them really hard to do. So I just try and post a high quality photograph of the place I've been. And little by little things started to grow. And I was up to about 4 or 5, approaching 500. But as any of you know me, and any of you follow the channel will know, my life is a pretty open book, as open as I feel comfortable making it on the World Wide Web. But I saw a video about Google Ads, and these big channels, you know, I think they're a bit full of it, to be honest with you, because they do get a lot of subscribers, because they are very good and they are very interesting, but no one ever mentioned Google Ads on any of their videos, and for a fairly reasonable sum of money for a limited period of time, YouTube will promote one of your videos. So I thought, well, let's see what happens. And I'd like to think all the people who followed me as a result of that would have followed me anyway if they'd have seen my videos. But YouTube doesn't show them to them, because YouTube only shows videos to people it wants to, and it only shows videos of people who are going to bring it ad revenue. And I'm afraid to say, all the people like me who were on 100, 200, 300 subscribers, you're not going to bring YouTube any ad revenue, which is why all the big channels tell you it's a long, hard slog. You have to be consistent. You have to keep posting videos. You have to keep on improving. And after, they say, an average of 18 months, you will get to 1,000 subscribers and get monetized. And that, I'm afraid to say, is true, but also untrue, because I had 3 videos, I think, that I spent a little bit of money on getting them advertised, and they look like they get advertised for about an hour, and so for about an hour YouTube sends the video to people who watch your kinds of videos, and it sends it to thousands of them, and a lot of them subscribe, and I'd like to say thank you very much if you have, and I'm sure some of them might unsubscribe as well. I hope you don't. Used to be able to walk down the side of the railway. So yeah, as I say, I don't have any secrets really. Certainly not where YouTube's concerned. It's not worth it, is it? It's not something. Advertising what you do is a perfectly sensible business opportunity, and I can see. I used to wonder. I'm sure these big channels, you know, they get 10,000 views in the first hour, but I've seen how quickly my channel has grown. And when you do go onto it, the first thing it does is it suggests that you pay £150 minimum per day for the best results. I've paid nothing like that, absolutely nowhere near, and I've got to nearly 1,200 subscribers from 500 in a week. So I'm guessing if you've got the money and you go with the £150. Now, did I miss that path? That path's come from up where the ponds were. That's the railway. I'm guessing if you've got the money to pay £150 a day, you could easily be putting 10,000 subscribers on, which is what you often see videos, don't you? So who knows? Maybe that's why, and they just choose not to tell you that they've paid for advertising. Anyway, that's, if you were wondering, which I'm sure some people were, that's why it's grown so quickly in such a short space of time. Still doesn't make it any easier, because the subscribers you've got to keep, haven't you? And the only way you keep them is by all the things that you're told to do. Consistently posting videos, improving the quality of your videos, offering value for money, improving as you go along. So yeah, we are now not officially monetized. I'm still short on the watch time hours. You need 4,000 watch time hours to get monetized, and I think we're at 3,800. But I don't think that's going to take too long to get 200 hours. Sorry about this, folks. I've done what I always do, haven't I? Spoiled a perfectly nice video of a park by heading off into a wilderness. I did want to see what was over there though, which is why I was hoping to walk down the other side. Anyway, if you've any comments about the growth in the channel, then please, as always, leave them below. I mean, leave whatever comments you want. I don't consider it as cheating. I might head off that comment. I've worked really hard. It's my hobby. I'm not asking for anything for working hard, but I have worked really, really hard, and the growth wasn't what I thought it deserved. So as an experiment, I went with Google Ads for a week. I've stopped it now, but I went with Google Ads for a week to see if the channel was worth what I thought it was, and I'm happy now. If it stays at 1100, 1200 subscribers, I'm happy. If it grows beyond that, then it's growing beyond that on its own, not because I've there you go folks, we're back. Not because I've paid for it. I suppose I paid for it as a bit of a kickstart, really. Yeah, so I don't consider it cheating. I consider it just giving the channel a helping hand. Used to bring my kids here to wave at the trains as they went past. Crossgate Station's just up there, beyond the bend. The trees on the right is where we've just ploughed through. This was the hospital. That is the Sutton estate. That was social housing, but that was a housing association that built that again back in the 30s or 40s. You can just see the hospital there through the new estate. I have to come for a little drive round here just to get our bearings. So the hospital's just there. But yeah, they're nice houses though, and you're handy for the valley, aren't you? Go running or walk your dog. Wow, look at that. Huh. I am tempted to go walking through that estate, but I might just have a little drive through there one Sunday. See what's what. So yeah, I'm looking on it as a bit of a kickstart, bit of a business transaction between me and YouTube, and the rest now is down to me. I've got to where I want to be. Nothing's changed. I'm making the same kind of videos at the same kind of frequency, and let's see where things go. It just gives you a little bit more of a lift in your step, I suppose. Nice views of the city on a day when it's not belting it down. That's the big incinerator down Cross Green. Driven past it a few times. It's where they burn the waste. It's the one with the huge green wall. I think this would have been the place to launch the drone, wouldn't it? This would have been fantastic. Another railway bridge here that leads into the Sutton estate. So I have a very inquisitive mind, and I did suspect that it was YouTube. All along I suspected it was YouTube that decided whether your channel got monetised or not. And everything I read or saw on videos said it wasn't. They just preached this mantra. Of hard work and what have you, but it's not true, and I'm not recommending you pay for ads for your channel. I had 281 videos when I did this, so I think there is value for money for anybody who's subscribing. So there is at the Shaftesbury where we were the other week in a video, and that's sort of the top end of Gipton going over towards Hare Hills there. And York Road is that way, and this is that Sutton estate I was telling you about. Oh, York. It was the Sutton Trust, it was called, to build the houses. So that's there. Primrose Valley, here it's called. Never really been down to this bottom end of the park, of the valley. I remember them planting a lot of trees here in the 80s though. There were fenced off enclosures. As I say, it is an area that, although they used to come here every day and they used to walk across here to work, but it's an area that's had its share of antisocial problems. There's a couple of massive council estates nearby, and I think you get people on stolen motorbikes, but you get that anywhere. And I think there's been in the past little bits of spurts of robberies and occasion of one or two much more serious attacks. So what this is, looks like they've made like a BMX track or something. Or a mountain bike track. So yeah, it's an area you've got to be sensible in. Not wander off into the dark and lonely recesses of it on your own, as he wanders off into the dark and lonely recesses of it on his own. I hope I haven't offended anybody by telling them about the Google ads. It wasn't my intention. And as I say, blimey, nothing's going to change on the channel. And it doesn't lessen the fact that people have subscribed and followed and liked and shared. It's just a strategy to get the channel to grow. And it's not something I'll be doing unless I find myself with another major target looming, say I'm up to 8 or 9,000 subscribers and approaching 10,000 subscribers, then I may well employ that similar strategy again. I'm picking someone up after this, and the place I'm picking him up is a donut and coffee shop. Let me know in the comments if you think I deserve. Go down this ginnel and we'll see where it comes out, because I don't actually know. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you think I deserve a coffee and a donut. Oh. Yeah, it's the little estate at the bottom of Selby Road. I can't remember what it's called. It's behind the Whitebeck pub. The Whitebeck actually runs through it. Never knew you could get through here. So as you can see, we're in the heart of Leeds here, and this whole area of green, it's such a precious resource. I mean, Leeds was full of these green corridors, still is to some extent, and I hope we'll be exploring some of them. We're going to walk the Whitebeck Valley, we're going to walk Meanwood Valley, we're going to walk Kirkstall Valley, and they're all green arteries running from the countryside right into the heart of the city. Do you have any green arteries like that in cities near you? Let me know. Might get to visit one day. Also, tell me if I'm wrong with the Google ads. Is there a real clear flaw in the plan? Something I don't know about yet. There's a real clear flaw in this plan because of this walk. Because ever since we left Holton, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been going downhill, which means dear, at some point where there's a downhill, there's usually a uphill, unless you parked at the bottom of the hill, I guess. Wow, this is incredible. We'll come back here and do a drone special once I've figured out how to use it. I love to see that. It's one of my favourite sights. Little naturally seeded, naturally sown oak trees. A tree that could live for 500 or 600 years. Maybe they've been planted. But it's quite a thought, isn't it? Oh no, it comes out where I thought it did. It doesn't go right to the bottom. It brings you out here opposite the entrance to the Halton Moor estate. Lucy Avenue. So yeah. Great sign. Nice thumbnail. What do you think? I think so. So time to head back. Hope I've give you a flavour of this city park. It's as I say, it does have its antisocial behaviour problems, but I'm sure if you pick your time when you come, you should be okay. Not sure where this goes, but it's heading in the direction we want to be. We're walking sort of parallel to Selby Road now. And of course, I've told you about the drone coming Friday. Very excited. We're coming back here and we're going to show you what the view is actually like from this park. And I've told you how I got to 1,000 subscribers so quickly. What I haven't done is preached my religion, and as anybody who knows me, you might know it's not one that you find in a book. A sign. It's one that it's not a religion. It's just the fact that being outdoors in the fresh air, getting wet, getting muddy, doing silly things, having fun is very, very, very good for you. I don't know the science, I just know how it makes me feel. And as always, I'm very glad I've come today. I feel fantastic. I feel like I've took a happy pill, and I guess I have. It's courtesy of this park. Primrose Lane, which is where we started. York Road, Sutton Approach, Lucy Avenue, right away. Watson Road, that must be the name of the street on the Sutton estate. A local nature reserve, part of the Whitebeck Valley. A green corridor which runs all the way from Roundy Park in the north through to Rothwell Country Park in the south. In 2013, Primrose Valley, along with 4 other sites in the valley, was designated a local nature reserve in recognition of its importance for both people and wildlife. This map shows the site and highlights the red dots. Pleasant walk which will take you about an hour. Keep your eyes and ears open along the way for some elusive wildlife. When we started here, we did this and then struggled down here, and then I think we've gone down here, I think, and then we're going back up here. Football field, tennis courts, games area, bowling green. You are here. Also have to go. Get goldfinches, chiff-chaffs, blue tits, coal tits, and blackbirds. Probably there if anybody wants one. Primrose Valley Park. In response to the climate emergency, Leeds City Council are planting 5.8 million trees across the city over 25 years. We're also working with partners to find more opportunities to plant trees and increase the tree canopy from 17 to 33%. The trees here are grown at the Leeds City Council horticultural nursery area. Many are grown from local seed collections across Leeds, which if you go to their website, you can go with your children or yourself, and they have days where you can collect seeds. Telling you about trees. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. And that is true of the climate emergency. We all need to be. I know we care about other things, don't we? Our bills, our mortgage, politics. But really, there is only one issue that any of us should be bothered about at the moment. I mean, I'm really glad. I don't know if I told you. I've took October off, the whole of it. I'm really glad I did. Anyway, folks, that's just about it. I think you've heard enough of me. If you've stuck out till the end, you deserve a medal. But I had a lot to tell you. Not least of which, if you have chance and you feel you're up to it and you feel it might make you feel happier, get yourself out to your park or your open space and spend a bit of time in the fresh air. Nowadays I just sit on a bench. I never used to. Used to have to charge around everywhere. But sometimes I'll just sit on a park bench. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. So thanks for watching. If you did like the video, do consider giving it a thumbs up and like it. Tell your friends about it. And as always, it'd be fantastic if you like this content, if you could subscribe and keep the momentum of the last week going for me. But for now, I'll say cheerio, and I'll see you next time.